This little joker, auto broker, coming to you live from the great state of Florida. And today, we're gonna talk about the crazy high prices at auto auctions. So, let's get started. Ever since the pandemic, prices at auto auctions have at times exceeded what people on the streets are willing to pay for them and what you can go online and buy cars for. I know that sounds hard to believe. You have to pay the cost of the car. The auction fee used to be between 5 and 7%. So if you bought a car for $5,000, your auction fee was about $250 to $350, maybe $390 most. Now if you buy a $5,000 car, the auction fee on top of that is about $700. So you have to pay all these fees. You have to pay the auction fee, you have to pay to get the car transported to your lot, you have to detail the car, you have to repair the car, you have to do all these things to get it retailed ready. You have to pay lot rent, you have to pay your employees, you have to pay your electric, you have to pay your insurance, you have to pay your bond. So there's so many fees now, on top of how expensive the cost of the car is at the auction, that it has made it almost impossible to do buy here, pay here anymore. This is a breakdown of what a car cost before the pandemic, and I'm going to go over that with you right now. So let's say you're doing a buy here, pay here car. Let's say you pay $5,000 for the car at the auction. The auction fee is roughly going to be about $500, give or take. When you sell the car, the dealer pays the tax tag and title. It's rolled into the down payment. It costs $100 to get the car towed to the lot, costs about $100 to detail it. And before the pandemic, parts were much cheaper. They were much easier to find. They didn't have all these issues with supply chain, and parts were relatively easy to source and find. So let's say that it costs $400 to fix the car to get it retail ready. So the dealership's cost, not including anything else, just the car and what the customer pays, not including the rent or anything else, is going to be about $6,600. Now, if you sell that car for $8,500 on a buy here, pay here, they're also going to pay tax tag, title. They pay 28% interest. So the total cost after all the fees is going to be about $13,000. Okay? That's on a car that you charge them $8,500 for. If they put $1,500 down on the car and their car note per month is $350 per month, that gives them about a 3-year note, which is very reasonable. When you do a 28% interest at under 3 years, it gives a much lower interest rate. When you do a lower interest rate for a longer period of time, it takes a lot longer. The interest on any loan, house or car, the interest is the heaviest on the front end. The front end loaded on the interest. So the company gets paid the majority of the interest on the front end of the loan. So this would be about a 3-year note. It's 32 months. It's a little bit less. So it would take the dealership at $350 a month, it takes the dealership over a year to break even. It takes 14 and a half months for the dealership to make the $6,600 fee. That's a very high risk loan. If a customer blows the car up, they can take the car out of state, they can get into an accident with somebody that doesn't have insurance, the dealer loses out. All they get is a wrecked car back, and you lose the customer, and you have to either scrap the car or fix it and then hope that you can resell it after you fix it. But there's a very high cost and very high risk. Now this was before the pandemic, so you could still do buy here, pay here. About 65% roughly of the customers pay the bills and do what they're supposed to do. You're always going to have the 35% that stops paying. They wreck the car, they destroy the car. So you could still, make a living and keep your head above water while doing this buy here, pay here business model. Okay, this is a breakdown of the before the pandemic cost, which I just went over, and now I'm going to do the after pandemic cost. And this is the reason why most buy here, pay here dealers cease to exist. They no longer do buy here, pay here because the cost. The $5,000 car before the pandemic is at least $7,000. The auction fee is going to be at least $700, okay? Then you got to tow it back to your lot. The tax tag and title is now higher because you have to charge more for the car. And if it was $400 to fix the car before, it's a minimum of $600 to fix the car now. Car parts are very, very expensive, even from junkyards. Anywhere you buy car parts from, they're harder to get and the price is higher and they cost more to put on. So my cost instead of the $6,600 is now roughly about $9,250. The pre-pandemic, you could sell the car to the customer for $8,500 plus. Now you have to sell the car for $11,000 plus. After tax, tag, title, and a 28% interest rate, you're now paying $17,500 for the vehicle. And the payment before pandemic was $350. Now the payment, it was $1,500 down pre-pandemic. Now they have to put $2,000 down. They have to pay $400 a month. And now it jumps up to just over 3 years. So this is costing everybody across the board more money. It takes the dealerships a year and a half, which is 18 months, just to break even on the vehicle. So think about how much risk is involved with that, how much money it costs to now finance a car. It just doesn't fit to do buy here, pay here anymore. These dealerships, they don't have that much money to loan out and to take that much risk. And when you involve a second tier lender, you end up paying the other lender and not the car lot, and you lose the relationship with the car lot. And it's highly unlikely that that car lot is going to do the repairs for you at a discounted rate, where you either give them a little bit of money when they repair the car, you know, like 50 cents on the dollar to a repair shop, just using it as an example. Now you have to pay the finance company, and when the car breaks down, you're required to repair it yourself. And I already did a video on why repair shops charge so much money now, because their rent has doubled and they have so many other fees. The cost of inflation has skyrocketed. There you have it. I hope that I explained to you in great detail of why you just don't see a lot of buy here, pay here car lots anymore, because the car prices are so expensive. So until next time, this is Little Joker, Auto Broker, coming at you live. Please like on all these places listed. Please subscribe, comment, so I can keep sending these videos to you, saving you time and money. Thank you.